It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. I'm not kidding you. From the moment they stepped into the studio, it's been nonstop talk. And then I opened the mic and boom, you guys went quiet. You were well trained. Mario Luther is with us this morning. Mark Burdig as well. Mario, good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to you.
Great to be
Mark.
here. Great to be
Did you
here.
bring your cell phone?
I did not, but I turned it down. I turned it down just for you. Just for you.
Mario, Luther Ford Lincoln has always been a great, great part of the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. And that's the reason that you're here today, is because this fund drive is so close to your heart and to the heart of everybody at the dealership.
Yeah, you know what? It's been for a number of years from when I remember, going even back to the pediatrics and guys like Dr. Weiner, who was in Indiana Hospital many years ago. Yeah. And it was, it was maybe had a different name, but it was the same thing. It was for children's care. So we got on it a long, long time ago, and with the success that you guys have done, Renda Broadcasting, the radio station, I think it is. I think it's a great cause, Teddy Bear Fund for the children, and it helps a lot of people that can't afford it.
And you found a creative way to integrate IUP football into your donation to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We had Coach Tort here last hour talking about the recruits coming up this year. He wants you to spend even more money.
Yeah, well, there's no question about it. I told him I think they're getting Roethlisberger. He has one more year eligibility. But you know what? Tort's a great guy, and we did. We tied it in. I think Mark and I don't know, it's been a number of years where we tied it in with the points that they scored. Mm-hmm. And every point, that they scored, we donated $6, I believe it is. $7. Mark bumped me last year. Yeah,
it's a good thing he's not going. It's a good thing he's not going for the 2-point conversion there.
Well, he was talking about that, or 3-point shots. But you know what? It worked out well. And this year is, IUP every year, football, basketball, girls, you name it. They're just a great sports program. But we tied into the football team, and it turned out this year that based on what they scored. And I wish they had scored more, had another game or two, Mm-hmm. But anyway, it turned out to $3,710 that we're able to donate to the Teddy Bear Fund this year.
That's 530 points.
Yeah.
Scored by IUP football in a pretty good campaign. They were 10-2 on the year.
They are. I mean, they just they do a great job over there. All the guys that I know. But prior to, for many years, it's a top-notch program, and they did. I wish that could have had another one. Had a tough loss at the end, but. Every year it's something that, like I said, with the concert that you guys put on, and I mean, Mark and the whole team start, really moving, pushing this thing from day one when it's over to start moving it the next year. And I know that, I believe, came to an end this year, the concert, maybe.
Unfortunately.
And that's unfortunately. So maybe we'll come up with some other ways to try to do it. But, when you get partners like you guys that help out with that, with the ideas or whatever, it helps because you can't think of them all.
Well, I'm going to date myself here, too, and Mario at the same time, but I remember the days, and maybe I'm out of school on this one, but the Tug-A-Truck, remember some of those events? I think those benefited the Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
Yeah, we did.
Or Children's Hospital Fund Drive maybe at the time, but there have been so many events that they've done at the dealership, and since Renda Broadcasting took over the radio stations in 2004, it's just been a fabulous partnership. And Mario, I know we just received the card in the mail, save the date for the golf tournament, and I know you compliment us on what we do, but what you do in the community, not only for our Teddy Bear Fund Drive, but the golf tournament has benefited the Women's Imaging Center, and through the years the UMWA Food Bank, and I could go on and on and on, and I don't even know that folks can truly appreciate what you do, the stuff that doesn't even get the publicity. And the way you and the guys at the team at the dealership gives back to the community, I think, and we think as a team here, it's just fabulous.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's a great, it's nice to be able to try to give back something to the community. And there's a lot of people that do it, other dealerships, other companies that are in the Indiana County area, and and we could use it. Let's face it. I think things are coming back, but everybody pitches in, and we've always enjoyed it. We really have, from Tug-A-Truck to the food bank when the miners were, dislocated, and then to the golf outing and that, and with, help from the team here too, to help get it out there. It's been, we've been successful with it, and but couldn't do it without you folks and the people in Indiana County, and looking forward to it this year. I think it's 35 years, I believe, for the golf outing, and it'll be, it'll be on May 8th at Indiana Country Club, and the same thing, we're going to work it with Indiana Hospital in the Women's Imaging Center. So I know it stays local. I know where it goes, and happy to do it.
One of the great things about the tournament itself and the very many other efforts is you've got some contacts. And because of those contacts, you're able to maybe bring in some folks and some items for auction that others might not be able to get their hands on.
Yeah, if they do, I'm going back, like Mark said, I hate to date myself, but we've been fortunate, years ago for the golf outing when I think it was for the American Diabetes Association, whatever. People like Barry Bonds were here, Mike Webster, Jimmy Johnson, that I think Mark introduced me to, Phil Bork, and then, the baseball players that have come up different times. And now, Bill usually comes to the outing and shares, his time with us. Bill Hillgrove from different times, depends whoever I'm working with is a Steeler, but Mark Bruner and Heath Miller, you name it, a lot of really good guys that are there. Dwayne Woodruff, who I guess is a judge now.
Yes, that's great.
And Dwayne, just good people. And when you get it, and you get people around this area, because they're, I don't have to tell you guys, there's so many great charities out there that you can donate to, and you have so much that you can do.
Yeah.
And to compete, and they're all great, but you have so much money to go around. So, we try to do it that we can get some people in here, make donations, even if they can't come. Let's go ahead and do it, for the charity. And I'll tell you, Indiana County, they do a really, really nice job.
Now, one of the great things about what you do and everybody at the dealership is that it should inspire others to give. And it has. We see it in the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, the grand totals that we get every year.
Yeah.
Without efforts like this, without this year $3,710 to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, maybe somebody else is thinking to themselves, I've got a vacation coming up. I could save for that. Everybody has legitimate expenses and needs and wants.
Right.
But for people to give up some of those wants and to give them to some of the charitable drives, it's a really special thing.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it can, be a domino effect in that. And I think it does with, like you just said, you have the United Way pushing now, and you have so many other things out there. And I think if people hear other people, and it could be $1, it could be $5, it doesn't matter. It all adds up. And like I said, there's so many great causes. So, I'm just happy and fortunate enough that we've been around here for 64, 65 years. My mom and dad started it and been able to carry it on so far. And I hope, I have the children that seem like they want to get involved with it, Dante and Carissa. And we'll see what happens, but looking forward to, God willing, with health and keep this going and helping the Teddy Bear Fund and the Indiana Hospital.
Yeah, well, Mark, you know that next fall probably we're going to gather in the Luther Ford showroom and kick off another football season, and then the Coach's Corner program comes along, and hopefully we can hook up again. And
he loves getting up every Saturday morning.
I know he does. Yeah. He does such a great job, him and Ward.
Excellent.
Right?
That's actually, it's summer, right? We meet in August for the coaching show. Seems like we'll be doing it in July if they keep moving up the season.
It's fun, and I think you guys do such a great job with that. And the parents, I know many years ago when there were leather helmets and I played, you got up for it to hear.
Well, there were helmets when you played?
Well, they had that, just a face guard, I think.
They have a statue outside of Miller Stadium of Mary. It's not real big.
Absolutely. If you go by, pet it. But either way, what I was going to say, with that being said, though, you got up in the morning, the kids and the parents, to hear if the coach mentioned their name or not. And I'm telling you, it goes way back, and I know Dawn was involved way back. I was going to say, that was way back then. And kids do, and they love to hear it. And then when you do the kickoff, they love to hear that too. The coach talk about, hey, they mentioned, Mark, or they mentioned Dawn, or, whoever it may be. And I'm telling you, you don't think about it, but when you're coming through, and not everybody's D1, but they love to hear their name mentioned, or, somebody did a great job. So I'll tell you, you talk about continuation. You guys do a great job with it. You really do.
Well,
funny
couldn't do it without partners like you.
This is Fabian's birthday today.
There you go.
And Jack was telling the story about starting Coach's Corner, working with Fabian's father-in-law down in Connellsville.
It's in Connellsville, yeah.
And that's how Coach's Corner got started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. I know that Jack's happy now because the Dodgers picked up 2 more people. So their payroll should be about the whole, wealth of Indiana or so, on 3 guys. So I know he's smiling like a, like
butcher's dog.
A butcher's dog. I was going to say something else, but you're right. Yeah.
Mario Luther, thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you guys for
individual.
really working with us and making a success between this and everything else that we do together. You guys do a great job, not just this, broadcasting, and really Mark I work with a lot in that. And no, there's no sympathy. But anyway, what I was going to say.
I'm going to put the two of you together on a
look, the
show.
old warrior back there.
Hey, he pushes it pretty well, and before that was Dawn, but you really do. You guys do a great job with marketing and moving, and we appreciate you guys getting behind us. It's a great fund drive.
It's we have a few folks in the room. Let's give it up. $3,710.
$3,710.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's amazing. And by the way, you and Mark start your new show here on WCCS
We're
next
starting
week.
at Beavis and Butthead.
There you go. I don't know
Thank
which
you.
one's which. It's the
Well, it
voice.
doesn't matter. It's interchangeable. Yeah.
Voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.